Boys, if you want your arms to start looking like this, real thick, then you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video. Because most of you guys don't realize that, yeah, for sure, biceps and triceps are cool for having big arms. But if you want them to really go up a notch, we're talking about vascularity even in the shade. Elbow tendonitis, grip strength, it's all going to take care of it for you. You're going to want to stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to show you precisely how to get the vascularity you care for and to really grow your forearms up through your biceps beautifully. Let's get to it. Yo, boys, we're back. Back at it again. Listen, I'm already tucked in like a gentleman. I don't know if you guys noticed. You want to know why? Because I was fresh off of training. In my head, I was going to rip forearms, right? But do them in a very specific way. And I was like, I know something. I feel like my dogs really need to learn about the forearms. You want to know why? Because they're going to get to a point with your training specifically where you've done really, really well in your biceps, your triceps, your shoulders are starting to look good, your chest is coming in, your back's looking big. But there's these things that really will start taking you up a notch. And I don't care what anybody says, to go from nothing to something just requires you being consistent and trying. But to go from that something to undeniable, like that everything stage where we're talking about really being in the top 1%, people like to word it this way. Sun came out at a perfect time. Do you think that's a coincidence? Absolutely not. It's not a coincidence because this is huge. It comes down to these little things. And one of the little things I'm going to explain to you is about the forearms. But we can do so in a way that's actually going to increase our vascularity. People don't realize forearm training. People talk about, dude, how do I get veins and stuff? And they just rip biceps. This is a part of the equation. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. But even if you just get started, let's say you're a beginner just watching this. It's going to work for you too, because by the time you do everything else right and you continuously do the thing that I'm going to share with you, in addition to the other parts of your training, everything's going to come up at once and it's going to be dangerous. And you guys know this. It's about everything. There's a reason why I say, like, sometimes I'll purposely word things in a way to just basically get people's attention, right? But what I'm trying to explain is when it comes to being undeniable, like really having a physique, and this works with every other area in life. I'm not kidding, right? Because it's all the same thing. It's the little things that make the world of a difference at a certain point. It's why you see people take supplements. Oh, what supplement do you take so I can look like you? That's not how it works. It's about fine-tuning those little details. Those little details are what going to make you undeniable. And I'm going to share with you exactly the most efficient way of doing so. So congratulations. You happen to come at a beautiful time. Look at that sun. Sweet mother of God. It was supposed to rain right now, and I knew it was a sign. I was like, I got to show my boys this sniper-esque forearm. Because guess what we're going to do, by the way, for the OGs? We're going to superset, because we're not just superset supremacists, right? We're everything supremacist, honestly, on this page. I'm starting to realize that. I'm just a supremacist in general, possibly, But what I want to do is just give you the biggest bang for your buck, right? We'll get into more forearms. If you guys are really digging this, I'll show you guys we're dialed in like snipers. Today, we're still going to be snipers. But the difference is, I'm low on time, Uncle Rami. I don't really want to be smashing forearms for that long, because I also understand that's where you guys are coming from. I'm also understanding of the fact, like, listen, what are they going to spend, 15, 20 minutes on forearms? No, you're lucky to get them to do an exercise for 5 to 10 minutes. And that's exactly what I'm going to share with you. So without further ado, the forearm superset like a gentleman. All right. See, 2020 instinct told me that this was the better angle. Plus, I give you guys a little bit of a view, but you better be paying attention. So what I like to do, and I try to make it to where it's actually super effective what I'm about to show you. But it's also one of those things where it's actually kind of fun to do. It's a 2-for-1 special. It's not hard to do in terms of like, you have to do this, you have to get this dumbbell ready, right? Because we're gentlemen, and my job personally is just to, help you out, get you where you want to go. Thick forearms. Maybe, chicks do like veiny forearms, let's be real. But point is we're undeniable here. This is what we're aiming to do. Bada boom, bada bang. Anyways, it's enough yapping. So you're going to take the rope attachment on a cable machine, and instead of, most people like to curl up like this, right? That's more biceps. A little bit of forearms, in my opinion, not really doing either too well. What I want you to do is actually take the rope, and I want you to curl it in. Curl it in. And then you want to pump your elbows almost. Like you're coming up just like this. And you'll feel it, honestly, pretty harshly. You almost want to feel it cupping all the way up. Like I'm telling you, when you're curling up, you're almost wanting to crunch your forearm. So when you're pumping it, think of it like, you know, like those dudes that stare at their biceps while they're hitting biceps? Like, I want you to think of it that way. That's what I mean, where it's actually kind of fun to do, but it's actually how you're gonna get the most effect. It's legitimately how you're gonna maximize your time. So what I'm doing is just loading. What's great about this is it's easy to progress on, right? You just increase in terms of the amount you're doing on the cable. Just drop it down, drop it down, drop it down. All you're doing is just pumping it up, just like this. And with forearm training, your goal is to make sure, especially if you're just getting started, your form needs to be on point. Like, you need to be a sniper. It's precision. You want to nail it dead between the eyes, especially with something like this. Because then from there, once you're adding weight, it's actually adding mechanical tension to the lift itself, right? Otherwise, if you're just kind of pumping like this or just pumping up like this, you're not doing much. But if you're focused, and that's why I'm telling you to curl it in and then do the curl, because you'll feel it right away when you do it that way. And then you'll be like, okay, I got the rhythm. And boom. And I'm telling you, all you got to do is just pump it up. And you can stare at your biceps. Be one of those guys that are just constantly staring at it. All right, I'm going to hit a set. Because my forearm lift is not finished. Come on, boy. And notice the partials to complete failure. That's going to take care of this. The SuperSet supremacists know what probably would have come afterwards, you know, if you wanted to have ample time for it. But I'm showing you the complete forearm. You do these two, it's going to take you very, very far along. So without further ado, the second part of the SuperSet, baby, because we are supremacists. When you have strong forearms, you can just move stuff around. Thing weighs like 3 pounds though, so it's really not that cool. All right, coming up on this next one. It's one I don't see a lot of people do. That's why I was actually quite excited. I don't know what the hell, that thing just moved on its own. Well, no one speaks the language here in Turkey, so even if I wanted help, I'd scream, and quite literally no one would be here to help me, because they'd just be like, there's that psycho. You know what I mean? That's what happens. Like, when you're kind of an obnoxious guy in the neighborhood, they just assume everything's normal, you know, clinging weights at ridiculous times, loud ass music, you know, some news that I hear that is banned on multiple platforms, you know, just the normal stuff, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so you're going to take a heavy dumbbell, right? This one is 24 kilos. That's as high as it goes with this adjustable dumbbell. What you're going to do is take your forearm. It's going to be single arm. And you're just going to let it roll out like this, and you're going to curl in. That's it. The thing is, in the beginning, you're probably thinking that looks dangerous. Like, you're not taking your elbow and going up to where that happens. It's quite literally halfway down your forearm is where you want it to be lagging over. So it's about halfway through the forearm. You can even go a little bit deeper if you want. This depends on, you know, your biomechanics. It doesn't really matter. Just do it to where you feel it best. And then you're going to curl in. And this is the portion of the forearm that gets neglected a lot. And this is going to help your grip strength, because no one focuses on this. It's all about usually the outside, you know? But with this, you're going to have mountains for forearms. Like, you know, Popeye would smash spinach. You know, bro, I'm not beating the allegations of being like a 50-year-old man. Popeye? Dog, I didn't even watch Popeye growing up. You know, like, I'm not doing myself. Last video, or a couple videos ago, I talked about Vince Carter. I said I didn't know what mogging was. Like, at this point, I'm not beating any allegations. And I have gray hair. Secretly, I think I am 60 years old. I'm just trapped in this 28-year-old body. I think that's where we're at, honestly. But let me lock back in, because you guys are here for bigger forearms. This part of the forearm, a lot of you guys that have elbow tendonitis, aside from vascularity and want to have your arms look sick, this is going to help you guys out a ton, because a lot of this stuff comes down to tendon almost, and your wrist tendons are actually firing off here. A lot of that stuff comes down to grip stuff, and we'll get into it. Like, if you guys really like this video, I'll dive deeper into the forearm. I love it. It's like, for me, one of the things that I refuse to neglect now. And it's because I notice my other lifts go up as a result, but I also want to have them be strong, and I don't want elbow tendonitis. I want vascularity. I want it all, you know, and that's why I try to find these ways of lifting that allow me to get to that standard that I have set for myself. Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, man, we're here. We're here. That's what it is like that ball thing, you know what I mean? And I'm telling you right now, like after you do them, it's hard to explain. Like then you start realizing like, oh my God, like the reason why I feel like shit anytime I grab something is just because they're weak. Rehab is strengthening. This is what people fail to realize in the workout space. In the fitness space, they don't understand that it's actually all one and the same. You just have to be a sniper. Why am I doing this movement? You move with high intention. That's why I can work out in a way that the hypertrophy bros, the metric association, look, oh, this guy lifts wrong, blah, blah, blah. They fail to realize that rehabbing is strengthening. And when you strengthen these areas, you have a physique that far destroys everyone else because they're looking for max chest hypertrophy. You know, fuck that. What do you mean? I know I got, you know, I understand anatomy. Like, this is technically a muscle in the chest. This is a muscle in the forearm. This is a muscle in the back, right? Like, you understand that there are muscles that compromise each body part you're working. If you touch up each one in a way that it wants to move biomechanically, it's not complicated. They want you to believe it's complicated because it makes them feel better about themselves, about how smart they are. Don't fall into this trap. I beg you. I mean it. Like, don't do that, because I did the same thing and my physique looked like shit. And I'm like, well, I'm doing everything right and I'm intelligent and no, you're not. Do you have what you want? No, then you're not intelligent. You know, like obviously I'm being facetious, but you get the idea. If you don't have what you want, then it doesn't matter. You get what I mean? Anyways, all right, let's wrap this up. Game time. Sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud in sight. I mean, that's cat, but, you know, that's what I felt when I looked out just now. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope this is well worth your time. If there's anything you guys want specifically, my dogs know the deal. You drop it down in the comments, and if people like those comments, give those a thumbs up, and then I don't make a video on it. Listen, if you guys like what you see, please like, subscribe. I'm doing the YouTube thing now. Yeah, we're upgrading a little bit. You know, sun's shining, feeling extra good. Yeah, hit the damn subscribe button. What are we doing here? Did you see the level? Let's be real, okay? Let's be real. You're gonna subscribe to some other channel when you got the oldest 28-year-old right in front of your screen. You're gonna do that? I mean, listen, everybody has their taste, you know, and it's starting to rain right now. Or that's a cat up there. Anyways, I love you guys very much. From Uncle Rami to the Natural Crusaders, I love you guys very much. Uncle Rami out. Peace. Oh, come on, man. Sometimes with these angles, they're just absolutely abysmal. How are we looking? Looking jacked? Yeah, hell yeah.